Hello everyone. Today we are going to be solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula. This is the first part. I will put the link of the second part in the description box below. So the first part would focus on an equation that will give us a real root. So going back to a review on the three types of roots that we can have in quadratic equation. So this one would be no real root when the parabola does not touch the x-axis. One real root when the parabola touches only at one point on the x-axis, and two distinct real roots when the parabola touches the x-axis twice. So let's see which of these two, since we're talking about real roots, which of these two would be the solution to this equation that we're going to have as an example. So going back to the formula here, quadratic equation is having a general form of a x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. X can be solved using this equation that we have here. So let's have an example to see how do we use this equation over here. So let's take this example right here. So that is 3x squared plus 10x minus 25 equals 0. So the first step that we are going to do is determine what is the a, b, and c, because that's the one that we put into the equation. So this one right here is our a. This one is our B, and this one is our C. So then we can go ahead and write our A is 3, our B is 10, and our C is negative 25. So we are going to write the equation. So to solve for x using quadratic equation, x is equal to negative of b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, I will give you a trick on how to solve quadratic equation correctly, because a lot would miss this part. So I will give you a trick. You listen to this very carefully. In order that we can solve for x, we don't just plug in numbers in here. Yeah, we do plug in numbers here, but we have to be careful how we set it up. I will give you a trick. So the trick is change the letters into a parenthesis first before you plug in values. I would like to repeat. Please change the letters into a parenthesis before you put a number. So in this example, I'm going to have a negative of parentheses plus minus square root of, again, the letters just be a parenthesis. Then parentheses squared minus 4 parentheses and then parentheses over 2 parentheses. Again, what I did was I changed the letters into parentheses. The next thing that we're going to do is to put values into these parentheses by looking at this. So we got the b, so this should be 10. And then this one right here should be the b is another 10. And then the a here is 3. And then the b is negative 25. And then the a right here is 3. Okay, so from here, we can go ahead and simplify this, evaluate this. So this would be a negative 10 plus minus square root of 10 squared is 100. And then negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 25 is positive 300. So you have a negative times a negative, makes it positive, divided by 6. And so we can go ahead and I'm going to write the, continue the work over here on the side. So this would come out negative 10 plus minus square root of 400 over, that is a 6. And then the square root of 400 is 20. So I can go ahead and say negative 10 plus minus 20 over 6. So we're going to have two answers here. So the first side here would be for the plus, this plus right here. And then the other side here would be the minus, so that I can go ahead and write x is equal to, so that's x is equal to negative 10 plus 20. So I put the plus first over 6. So then I can simplify this. So negative 10 plus 20 is a positive 10 over 6. I can reduce this to 5 over 3. Because that's divisible by 2. So I can go ahead and have this as my first value of x. For the second x here, so that would be a minus. It's a plus and minus. So this would be equal to negative 10 minus 20 over 6. So negative 10 minus 20 is a negative 30 over 6 is a negative 5. So this is the second x. So we actually have two x's here, and they're all real roots. So what does this value mean? It means that in the graph, so if we are going to sketch the graph here, so in the graph, it would be, or the parabola is going to cross on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is negative 5, and 5 over third is around 1.6, so that is 1 and 2, so this is 2. So the graph or the parabola is going to cross on this points right here. So these are the roots of the parabola. So I did not write the x-axis for this, but I'm just showing you that the graph is going to cross on negative 5 and 5 over thirds on the x-axis. That's it. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!